Hello, my growing buddies. So once again, we are together at your own learning platform, Learn Forward, with your grammar book, the Grammar Hub for Grade 7 by Feathercap. Today, we are going to learn about the present tense in chapter 9 of your book. We have already learnt about tenses. What is present tense? How the verb is formed there. So what's more here? Do we have something new? Let's explore. What do we have here? Fill in the blanks and complete the forms of the following verbs. So we have already learnt about the different forms of verbs. This is the present form column, the past form and the past participle form. We also call them first form, second form and third form of the verb. Let's finish them. Allow, good, allowed. And third form is already written. Awake, awoke, awaken. Yes. Next. Blue blown. What's the first form? Yes, that's perfect. This is blow. Next, cut. All the three forms are same. So cut, cut, cut. And the last, do, did, done. That's perfect, children. So that's good. You remember all the three forms of verbs. And you need them for all your tense structure formation, right? So here we start with tense. Tenses, it denotes the time of an action. It can be present, it can be past, or it can be future. So this denotes the action done now, time now, this is the time gone, and future means the time to come. And each of these are divided further into simple tense, then continuous tense, then perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. So three, and each one having four subcategories. That means in all we have 12 tenses, right? The following table represents the different forms of tenses here. This is present tense. How do you write the sentence in simple? This is just the first form of verb as it is. But if your subject is singular, third person, then you add s to it, right? Otherwise, with all other subjects, you use simply the third or the first form of verb, the root form. When you talk about continuous tense, you say is, are, am with ing form of verb. When it is perfect tense, you use has, have with third form of verb. And in perfect continuous tense, we use has, have, been and then the ing form of verb. When you talk about past tense, with all the subjects, you just use the second form of verb. So this is the first form of verb. Sometimes you use ses when your subject is singular. Here you use the second form of verb with all the subjects. And then when it comes to past continuous, was, were with ing form. So what you see is ing form is same, but is, are, am from present changes to was, were in past. When you talk of perfect tense, past perfect tense, has, have changes to had, and this is the third form of verb. Has, have been, ing changes to had been ing when you talk about past perfect continuous tense. Coming to future tense, here it is will, shall with the first form of verb. Coming to continuous, it is will, shall be and ing verb. Then shall, will, have, then the third form of verb. And when it comes to perfect continuous tense, it is will, shall with have been and the third form of verb. Now looking at this, we can conclude about the formation of sentences, about the verb formation in different tenses in a nutshell. How? Just leave this simple present and simple past. Come to continuous tense. What you see here is writing. We are using the ing form in continuous tenses. We are using the ing form with what? Just have a look at the helping verb being provided here. Is, are, am in present, was, were in past, and will be, shall be in future. So in a nutshell, can you tell me which verb is used in these forms in different tenses? It is the be form. So what you can write is be form according to the tense and then the ing form of verb. Now coming to perfect tense, let's see what is the pattern here. you are using written, written, written in all these three forms. That means for perfect tense, you use the third form of verb, right? Now, what is the helping verb being used here? Has, have, then here had, and then here will, shall, have. That means again, which form, which verb we are using in different forms? Have form. So we can say in a nutshell, it is have form plus the third form of verb. Same pattern we see here in perfect continuous tense. We are using ing verb. We are using been everywhere in all the three categories. So we can say in perfect continuous tense, we have been, then ing form of verb. And what before that? See here, has, have, had, and will, shall, have. That means we are using the have form again. So what you get is has been doing, have been doing in present, had been doing in past, and will have, shall have been doing in future tense. That's it. Future perfect continuous we are talking about in this. So this was in a nutshell, and I'm sure this is going to help you in learning the verb structure for all the different tenses. Now, we'll be starting in detail about the simple present tense. This is also called present indefinite tense. What is the structure there? I just told you that if the subject is singular, we use SES with the verb. So this V5, this is called, this V5 that you are saying, that is the fifth form of verb, means verb plus S or ES. Okay? So, if your subject is singular, you use this form. If your subject is plural, you just use the first form of verb without SES, and then comes your object. This is when we are talking of declarative or the affirmative sentences. Like, I go to the market, the boy goes to the market, because boy is singular. When you have to make the sentences negative, remember that for negative and interrogative sentences in any verb structure, helping verb is very important. Now, when you talk about simple present tense or even simple past tense, the helping verb is missing there. It's not used in affirmative sentences. So, looking to the importance of helping verb in the interrogative and negative sentence structure, we introduce a helping verb from our side. And what is that? Do you know? It is do, does. So when you have to make the sentences negative, you use here do not, does not. Do not is used, don't is used when with all the subjects, except when the subject is singular, you use does not. And remember, students, with does not, you have already used ES here. So this turns to the first form without SES in both, whatever the subject is, right? Like, you don't quarrel with anyone, she doesn't go to the health club regularly. When you have to make the sentences interrogative, there may or may not be a question word. So you start with the helping verb, which we have introduced, like do, does, and then the subject, then the first form, followed by the object and rest of the sentence. So do you participate in the inter-school debate competition? And does she participate in the inter-school debate competition? Because she, the subject here, is singular, we are using does. So this was about the structure, verb structure in simple present tense. We also say that is the present indefinite tense. What are the uses now? The first use is when we talk about the general truths, that means the universal truths, like the sun rises in the east and it happens everywhere in the universe. So we are using here simple present tense. When we talk about habitual actions, about habits, we use simple present tense. We play in the field near the bank of the river. So we are in a habit. So we are using here simple present tense. Every Saturday after school, my sister and I visit our grandparents. So it's your routine. Every weekend you go there. So you are using simple present tense. Rituals or customs, when you talk about them, we use simple present tense, like the entire village celebrates the river festival every year. So we are talking here about the custom of the village. When we talk about the characteristics, like the river plays a very important role in our life. So we are telling the characteristic, the feature of river. Farmers use water from river for cultivation. So this is again a characteristic, that is a routine. In case of proverbs and sayings also, we use simple present tense, like a bad workman quarrels with his tools. This is simple present tense, and absence makes the heart grow fonder. So these are the proverbs, and in proverbs we always use simple present tense. Moving ahead, the simple present tense is also used in exclamatory sentences. You would have never seen past or future tense there. Here comes the villain of the play. How fierce the storm is. So we are using here simple present tense. It is also used in sentences to represent future actions. So sometimes when we are talking about future actions which are already fixed, they are sure, they have been fixed, we use simple present tense, and they are schedules also, you can say, like they leave for Delhi tomorrow. So the plan is fixed and all the preparations done. That is why we are using here simple present tense. We are not saying they will leave for Delhi tomorrow. Our school reopens on Monday because it's fixed plan. It's already decided, it's already declared. So we are using here simple present tense. In conditional clauses, we use simple present tense in place of simple future tense. How? If I sell this house, something is going to happen in future. So here I say, if I sell this house, I shall buy a new one. Although I'll sell this in future, but still it is a conditional clause. So here we are using simple present tense, right? So these were the different uses of simple present tense. Now you have an exercise to practice that. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of verbs in simple present tense. So what do you mean by correct form of verb in simple present tense? Just see whether the subject is singular or plural, and accordingly you will use their SES or you will not. We dash Diwali with great pomp and show. What do you do? Celebrate. Yes, because we is plural, so no SES with the verb. Dash hay while the sun dash. Make hay. This is like an imperative. Make hay while the sun shines. Next, do you dash your goldfish regularly? What do you do with your goldfish? Do you sell your goldfish regularly? Next, mother dash me to the bus stop daily. Yes, mother takes me or she drops me. Okay. Children dash to celebrate their birthday. Children enjoy, they love, they want. So many verbs you can use in different sentences. My father dashed the newspaper daily. Yes, my father reads, because this is singular. So you are adding here S with the verb. Isn't that so easy? Simple present tense. Just see whether your subject is singular in third person. Then you will add S. Otherwise, just simply write the root form of verb. Coming to next is present continuous tense, and continuous always means the ing form of verb. It shows the action in progress. Okay. So what is the structure here? In affirmative sentences, we use is, are, am with ing verb. V4 means the ing form of verb. In negative, after the helping verb, you will use not. So is, are, am plus not plus ing form of verb. Coming to interrogative, you will take your helping verb before the subject. So is, are, am subject, then the ing form of verb. And in interrogatives, the question word type, you will write the question word before the helping verb in the beginning. Okay, like you have the example, is it raining heavily today? So because this is, sorry, it is raining heavily today, it's an affirmative sentence, and this is in present continuous tense. Now moving to the next, when you make it negative, what will it be? It will be, it is not raining heavily. And if you want to make it interrogative, your helping verb is will go in the beginning. So is it raining heavily today? Right? And how is it raining today? So this is about present continuous tense. But when do we use present continuous tense? So the uses of present continuous tense are to refer to an action in continuation, like she is talking to her teacher. So the action is taking place at the time of speaking. It is in progress. I'm writing a letter right now. I'm teaching tenses. You are listening to the lecture. So these are the actions in progress at the time of speaking. Next, to refer to a definite future action or event. So when your future action or event is fixed, it is definite. He is going out of town tomorrow. So we use their present continuous tense. Deepak and Neha are going for the summer camp in Kathmandu. So this is already planned. This is definite future action. So we are referring to it in present continuous tense. To refer to a future plan, like Madhu is planning to buy a gift for her mother. So it's a future plan. Our school is hosting the national sports meet next month. Again, a future course of action. It's a future plan. We are using here present continuous tense. So fill in the blanks with the correct form of verbs given in brackets in present continuous tense. So present continuous is just is RM with ing verb. So just check out with these what will you use, is are or am, and then an ing verb, like the home team. So we are talking about singular. Yes, is playing well. Who dash in my bed lie? And because who, that means it's a question sentence and interrogative sentence. So your helping verb will come before. Who is lying? Right? Next, the government dash sincere efforts to solve our problems. Yes, is making. Now what you are doing is drop E and add ing. So it becomes MAKING. What dash these days? You write. Why you is given? Because that is the subject. So you just have to look at its position. It will come after the helping verb. So with you, we use are. What are you writing these days? So I'm sure you'll be able to do the next two sentences yourselves. Will you? Okay. So in present, we have done simple present and present continuous tense. Still two more tenses left. We'll be looking ahead for the same in the next session on present tense. Till then, happy learning, children.